and record on the. Okay, there we go. So we're recording. All right, you guys. So I'm super early. I wanted to make sure that this was going to work. I hope that you guys can find it okay. You might see the Zoom bounce off here in a bit because I'm going to go over and check on Facebook and make sure it is transferring over here to Zoom and nobody's having any issues. So if you do see that, just talk amongst yourselves and I'll be right back. Okay, and we have about 9 minutes before the event starts. So let me talk a little bit about Poshmark since we're a Poshmark group, and then we'll start at 5 o'clock, say, talking about eBay. So Poshmark, every selling platform is seeing a slowdown right now, you guys, and I know that Poshmark really, I don't want to say, I started to say something kind of mean, but I'm not trying to be negative, but Poshmark really changed things and it kind of messed up a lot of things for many of us. I can tell you I've struggled financially more in the last 3 months than I have in the last 3 years because I put Poshmark first and really made them my main focus. And I am so thankful that I had eBay, Mercari to fall back on, even a little bit Facebook Marketplace, which I've kind of like gotten away from listing there because of the inconsistencies. It's like they're still figuring themselves out. So I've learned a little bit of it and I'm there a little bit. So once I get things figured out, maybe I'll do well on there because I got on early. And then I also just started Depop, you guys, and I'm telling you, Depop's not anything to shrug against. I tried it a few times and didn't get anything and was happy to leave like, oh, I hate Depop. But I have to say I've made, I think maybe 18 sales, but it's in a month. I mean, you know, that's not a living by any means, but it's a beginning. And eBay probably, actually eBay up until this last month was outperforming. For the last 4 months was way outperforming Poshmark, even though Poshmark was my #1. And that's why I feel like it's very important to diversify, get all your eggs out of one basket, and try new things and reselling. So I just signed up for Whatnot. Have you guys heard about that? So I signed up about a month ago and I did, you know, it was an application process. I didn't take it real super serious because the way I understood it was really mainly for collectibles. And then I started seeing some of my favorite sellers being on here or on Whatnot. And so I kind of contacted them like, hey, psst. So when I put my mind to something, I give it 110%. So what do you think about my application? Because I had sent it in a month before. And they requested a few more pictures of my inventory. And I think they know 2 things now. They know that I might be a little bit of a sourceaholic and I have plenty of stuff to sell and whatnot. So I get my onboarding on the 16th. So that's super exciting. That's one of the directions that I'm going in. That's a little bit different than just selling on like a eBay, Poshmark and all that. I'm only going to do 1 show a week because I don't know that I can keep up with it. I always start small and I grow because that's important. Don't ever jump in over your head. You'll never do well at something if you're overwhelmed. So, and that's why I've really spread out these eBay videos because eBay is an overwhelming platform to sell on. They really are. There's a lot more to it than there is on Poshmark. That's one of the reasons I love Poshmark, many reasons, but one of the reasons that Poshmark is my favorite is because they are really user friendly. It's really easy to list on there. You know, just it's like it's steps, right? You choose your pictures, you choose your title, you choose your description, you choose 3 style tags. You know, those things, it's like all right in a row and it's not too overwhelming. You get on eBay and you've got to click in different areas and you have to fill out all kinds of information. And that's because eBay is a little bit more old school, but that's also in a way what makes them work so well, you guys. So unfortunately, there's the good with the bad, right? Like the facts of life. But you know, I just hope that maybe I can help you guys make it less overwhelming because I can tell you, once you've done it for a month or so, you're going to get the hang of it and it's not going to feel hard to you. It just, things feel hard in the beginning because they're new. Okay, you guys, I want to jump over real quick to the Facebook page and I'm going to make sure that we are synced. Okay, so you're going to see the screen go black. Stay here. We're here. Oh no, it says I can't minimize Zoom when recording this meeting. Well, can I maximize something? Let's see. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, you guys. Hopefully nothing embarrassing comes up. That's funny. So let's go over here to the groups. You guys will just follow me along my journey. Again, this is all very new to me, you guys. So how you get to it, by the way, if I can find it now, right there is events. So you just hit events and eventually it'll come up and we're going to go here. And it says it's today at 5. So it'll probably literally start right at 5, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and make a post real quick that gives a link to the Zoom. And I did have to reschedule this because I had a kidney stone. Oh no, I had a kidney stone and it was awful. It was honestly, I had a 9-pound, 6-ounce baby boy without any kind of anything because it came in 45 minutes. I'm not trying to be a hero. I had an epidural with my first one. I would have had an epidural with Jordan. However, he decided he was coming in a swiftness. And I'm going to tell you, I'd rather have 2 of him than pass that kidney stone. So I had to basically, what I'm trying to say, long story for a short reason, I had to reschedule this. So we may not have as many people as we would have had before, but I'm recording it so you guys can watch it later. Okay, we got 4 minutes. Do I have 4 minutes of things to talk about? Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Poshmark. Are you guys staying true to doing the work? So I kind of made a post yesterday. It was like a pep talk. So I basically talked about the fact that you can wish upon a star that things are going to change and get better. And you know what? They just might. You never know. I don't know the answer to that. But I can tell you, if you want to make sales right now, you've got to do things a little bit longer than it used to take to do it, right? So I'm lengthening my descriptions. I always did have SEO titles, but remember what I'm doing now is like saying name brand, then what it is. So like I'm not putting dress at the end of my title. I'm putting dress right after anthropology. So anthropology dress, right? Or maxi dress or whatever works. So that's one of the things that I've been changing. I've also been adding longer descriptions. So I'll add like a sentence and then a space, then a sentence, then a space, then some keywords. And you guys can go onto my listings on Poshmark and see I've got a long way to go. But the thing is, the tedious little work that we're doing every day to improve just little by little is exactly one of the things that's working because they see us active and they see it improving. And like Nizelle told me from Poshmark, she said, Laura, you know what you're doing to your listings? It's like, what? She said, because I'm thinking keywords, I'm finding more shoppers. What I am. She's like, you're making your closet more shoppable because your descriptions and all your things are just easier to read and see and understand. So there you go with that. That came straight from Poshmark. So a little bit of tidbit with her. And she's super nice. She's actually going to come to our group eventually and talk to all of us. I feel so special for all of us. So that's pretty cool. I need to get that scheduled. Actually, I wanted to do the list with eBay. And then that's probably what we'll do next. We're going to focus back on Poshmark again. And then we'll go maybe to Mercari, Poshmark again, then Depop. I feel like I need a little bit more time on Depop before I can give any advice. And we're definitely going to have some of Vendoo staff that's really killing it on Depop that want it. She's going to come and talk to us. So that's super exciting. So stay tuned for that. I think we got about 1 minute before people can start joining. So as soon as they can start joining, and I sure hope that you guys can, I'm looking down here again to make sure there's nothing I need to hit. We have participants, 1, me, and that's okay if I'm the only one here and you guys just watch it recorded. I'm used to that. I do YouTube videos. Okay, we have a whiteboard. What the heck? Oh, okay, well that's what a whiteboard is. Maybe I want that up there. Okay, and so we have pause recording over here. Oh, okay, so I could have pause recording and not share. I'm gonna pop back over real quick, you guys, to this, and we do have the Join Our Cloud HD video up here. And I want to make sure I don't have to hit anything else on here, you guys. So go to link. Oh, that's me. We don't want to go to link. I want to, before it's had a little thing on here, it says go live. So I just want to make sure I don't need to hit that button, you guys. I'm so new to this. I'm so new. But this is how I'm going to learn, right? Okay, we're just going to hang out here, you guys. We're going to hang out here I'm gonna keep flapping my gums, and we're gonna give it about 5 or 10 minutes for people to start joining. Another thing we have concern of is, unfortunately, I'm not tech savvy. I may not even be time zone savvy, because I try to put that as Eastern time. However, in some of my apps, even though I use this computer for everything, it's scattered. Like when I download a YouTube video, I never know what time it's coming out. I know I want it to come out at 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's 8 o'clock. So I don't know, because my name says LA. They're like, hey, that idiot thinks she's in Indiana. No, I am. My name is Lorianne. I don't live in Los Angeles, as much as I might think it would be glamorous to live in Los Angeles. I wouldn't want to pay those prices. I wouldn't want to be in that busy city. I need a little bit of snow in my life. I mean, not a lot, just a little bit, okay? The weather is fine with me the older I get. Now, you ask 13 to 18-year-old me, my life. I was supposed to be living in New York City right now, living in a big old high tower. I can't even speak. The penthouse. I was going to work in the World Trade Center. I was going to do something. I wanted to be in business. I wanted to have a cubicle. Not at all how it turned out, and I am so glad. Okay, you guys. So let's see. Who can see my messages? Everyone can see my messages. Again, just checking in, checking everything, you guys. I'm looking for a button that says that you need to hit this so people can join. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm just going to start talking. If people pop in, then that's great. Ask your questions over in chat and I will be sure to answer them. So let's start talking about what we've learned so far in eBay. So we learned that it takes 35 minutes just to sign up for eBay. And I signed up like 12 years ago. Didn't take it real serious until the last 8 months. Gosh, am I glad I did. Had Poshmark went down and I didn't have eBay, I'd want to go, how would I went and got a job? I'd had to leave my house. I had to get out of my pajamas, you guys, and work. That would have been horrible. So thank goodness for eBay. I encourage you guys to jump on and join this difficult but easy to learn, once you get it learned, I should say, platform. So what can I tell you about eBay? We've signed up for it, right? I showed you how to do that. I showed you how to select your shipping options. That's a big one people are really afraid of. So hang on a minute. I'm going to grab something real quick. So people are so afraid of shipping on eBay. $20. Actually, I'm sorry. This one was $9 because I got it from my kiddo because he does liquidations. $9, a scale, real little, just sits on your desk. You put the item on there. It tells you how much it weighs. You add about 4 more ounces. You guys, this is clothing, okay? So if you want to measure your poly bag, your cards, and all this stuff you're going to put in it, because you're going to measure the item. You also have to know the weight of how much your shipping materials are. So I always add 4 ounces. It is what it is. I add 4 ounces, but I add a thank you card and I use a poly mailer, and I sometimes will wrap certain things up in some paper, especially if it's like white or if it's like shoes or something like that, so then I have to measure the boxes. So I say 4 ounces. So I add 4 ounces onto that, and that's what I tell eBay it weighs. And I do calculated shipping. I know that you can do probably cheaper versions of it. I haven't learned that much yet. I'm okay with how much I've learned, because I am a strong believer that you work smarter, not harder. And maybe I could save somebody an extra 75 cents, but how much time did it take me to know how much a flat rate? I mean, it is what it is. I use the calculated shipping. I do first class and I do priority mail. The end. That's it. You can do UPS. You can do all those things if you want to. Good for you if you do. You can use Shippo. You could use Pirate Ship. You could not use eBay shipping. I use eBay shipping because I want to be able to hit print label, and it prints the label, and ta-da, there it is. To me, that's less work. I don't I use my own shipping on Depop. If I had to do that on every platform, I would quit. I'm not even playing. I absolutely hate. First of all, I have short-term memory issues. I always have. I was told I was dyslexic when I was younger. I don't know if that's what it is. I never really had like, back then, it's like, so you have dyslexia. Congratulations. Good luck at school. So, it's not like they had the classes kind of focusing on things like they do now because I'm old. But in any case, so, I just getting on there and going, their name is this. And then it's a name that's like, what? I don't even know how to pronounce it, let alone spell it. Then I had to remember what the address is and the city and the zip code. And I bounce back and forth between the pages. That's just, if there's an easier way, you guys tell me, because I haven't figured it out. So I use every platform shipping except for Depop, because I was told that it was a younger crowd and that they might like lower shipping prices. Well, I have to be honest with you, it might be a younger crowd, but I'm selling stuff on there for $40 and above. I think I've sold maybe 2 things for less than $20 on Depop. And I have all kinds of stuff on there. Y2K little crop tops for like $10 and $12. I'm ranting, you guys. Let me go back. So shipping isn't that hard. So if you need help setting up your shipping, I am happy to do a one-on-one call while you're on your computer. I'm on my computer, and I literally tell you what buttons to push. Don't let that stop you from listing on eBay. It is not that hard. Okay. Then the next thing that we talked about, which was pretty important, is the item specifics. And I showed you guys the item specifics in Vendoo. I encourage you to use Vendoo or List Perfectly or whichever one of those that you want to use. I mean, I like Vendoo. I love their staff. I love their product. I have tried a few others, and Vendoo was just easy for me to learn. Like when something just clicks with you, it clicks with you. And so that it kind of becomes your go-to. It becomes your tool because you understand it and it's just easy to use. And that's what Vendoo is to me. And maybe List Perfectly is that to you, and that's absolutely fine. I don't care which one you use. I just want you to use it. I want you to use it to Crosspost. I want you to use it to delist and relist. And that's why I showed you that. However, I do have some more videos coming out this week that's going to show you guys, literally, I'm going to be listing using eBay. And I'm going to show you item specifics for bras, for skirts, for dresses, and for pants, because we just went really basically over shirts and like sleeves and stuff like that. I didn't want to overwhelm you before this phone call. I didn't want to overwhelm you before we really got started doing a lot of the eBay. Hi, Jay. I think that right now we may be the only 2 on here. So basically, I'm kind of going through my spiel. And I am going to answer any questions that popped over in chat. And if you have any advice, pop it in the chat, because this is being recorded. And I think a lot of people still thought it was last week because, we had to reschedule. So I'm going to record this and just let it be on Poshmark as well. So we have a few people entering. Hi, everybody. I've already gotten started a little bit, you guys, because this is being recorded. And so you'll be able to go back and watch it. And basically all I've done is covered a little bit of shipping and signing up. So no big loss there. I think that most of the people that's popping on actually has some experience with eBay. And later on this week, there'll be some more videos out that'll probably be a little bit more geared towards, not necessarily, I would say, experience. It's going to be good beginner information, but it's going to be maybe some accountability with Facebook, or I'm sorry, eBay, that we talk about. That's going to help maybe a little bit more seasoned sellers like I feel like myself and like many others on the platform. So what we're going to talk about today is listing on eBay, and any questions you guys have about the shipping or listing on eBay or anything else, go ahead and let's talk about it. And if it doesn't end up lasting an hour, because there's not a lot of us here, that is okay. This is going to be recorded and you can watch it back and you can ask questions then. But so listing on eBay, what is the most important things when you list on eBay? And any of you that's in here that's experienced, start popping into chat what you think is most important to list on eBay, because the newbies to this is going to see this information and it's going to be super helpful for them. And that's what this whole group is about. This whole group was about the fact that I reached out on Poshmark Thrifting, a huge, awesome group. And I reached out to people when my Poshmark sales first started going, and this was in January for me. A lot of you didn't see it until February and again in April. And trust me, I seen it then too. but I saw it in January in a big way. I was at $4,000 a month in December, about $3,600 in the month before November. Yes, Lori, come on, do your maths backwards. You can do it. And by about, I don't know, January 10th, I had made $300. And I'm like, what the crap? And I do cuss, you guys. I don't cuss online, but I do cuss. So don't think I'm not innocent, okay? I'm just being polite for those of you that don't like it. So I'm like, what is going on? So I start reaching out and nothing until about mid-February when other people started seeing this going on with Poshmark. And so when they started seeing it going on Poshmark, I again reached out to everybody, you guys, what in the world is going on with my sales on Poshmark? And I had a young lady, I think she's 24 years old, and she came to me and she said, Lori, they changed the search. And so, yeah, long story. We all know what's happened with Poshmark. So trust me, I understand. And that's why I want you guys, that's why I created this group and why I want you guys to cross post to eBay, because eBay got me through the Poshmark catastrophe. And guess what? Poshmark is getting me through, and Mercari is getting me through, and Depop is getting me through the ongoing eBay thing going on right now. So, you know, platforms have stuff happen when they have updates. My sales plummeted on eBay, and I'm still teaching you how to do it. You know why? Within a couple weeks, it'll be just fine. It'll be right back to normal. And that's one good thing about eBay, you guys. It's been around a long time, and the resellers have been around a long time. And so when something happens, those resellers get on it and they figure it out, and then they go to eBay and eBay fixes it. And I'm not saying everything, but to me, that's impressive. I think that they do a good job with it. Okay, so I think we have enough people. Does anybody have any helpful hints yet about the most important things to do when you list on eBay? I can tell you my number one, consistency. When I list on eBay, not only do I list about the same amount of items, and that's not necessary, okay, but I do it. This is how consistent I am on eBay. I decided, like, I'm one of those people that somebody tells me to do something and I have to take it up the extra notch. So it just is what it is. I try to outperform because I feel like I'm always like trying to keep my head above water in business. I've been in my own business for a long time. I own my own business, so I guess I'm used to that. But I list so consistently. I list about the same amount of items every day. And every morning is when I delist and relist. And then late in the evening, because that's what I started doing when I started eBay, you guys. And you don't have to, it doesn't matter what time you do none of this, okay? Just do it consistently. So for me, I built my own little algorithm, and I started listing late at night on eBay. And I'm going to tell you what, when I don't list late at night, I see it. I see a difference. So, I mean, eBay really likes you to be consistent. Second of all, we talked about SEO titles. eBay is the grandpappy of SEO titles when it comes to the long titles. They want you to list out as many things, keywords that you can use in your titles as possible. Your description on eBay, same thing. It needs to have enough information. Now, I can tell you for myself, if I go to somebody's listing, and often this isn't really clothing, it's more like an electronic item or whatever, and there is like 3,000 pictures and paragraphs of it. It's like, nope, I'm not going to take my time to read all that when I just want to know one thing. And if I have to read 30 pages of information to figure that out, can you guys tell a theme about me? I'm impatient. So we learned that about Lori tonight. So anyways, I just get enough information to eBay, but plenty, right? Another thing is, when you're listing things on eBay, if you are used to Poshmark, I know that Poshmark does not like you guys, does not like us, you guys, I'm one of you guys, does not like us to not add flaws. No platform does, but I feel like there's some things like stock photos and certain brands like Coach, and different things like that, that maybe they don't take Poshmark as seriously as eBay. I don't know. But I'm just saying, eBay kind of is just a different grandpa dinosaur type of platform. And one of the things that they are not going to like you guys to do on their platforms, or a few things that they don't like you guys to do on their platforms, is not list flaws. And it's called somebody returning thing for, you'll hear it be called an INAD, INAD, item not as described. You do not want to get those. You guys might be upset when somebody gives you a 1-star on Poshmark, but let them give you a low rating on eBay, because you are going to feel your sales go down. And you can even get enough of them that you're going to be considered a below average seller. And that really keeps your items from being seen. So be as accurate with the information as possible. Do not be afraid to list flaws. List them. There's people that don't care about flaws. And unfortunately, there's people that don't read your description and didn't see the flaws. But if you list them and they try to say it's item not as described, eBay's going to have your back. Okay, they're going to look at your listing, they're going to look at what the seller's saying, and they're going to say, well, wait a minute, so you're upset that there's a hole in the sleeve? Well, she said there was a hole in the sleeve. Now, does that mean that they don't have to do a return? No, they still can do the return, but it's not going to be a ding against your account like it was if you didn't put there was a hole in the sleeve and then they wanted to return it. And you're going to think to yourself, well, why do they make it such a big deal? Well, customer service, first of all. They want their customers to be happy and come back. But also, you guys have to keep in mind that with eBay and entering these flaws in there, they have like this really stringent grading system. Okay, so you just have to really be careful. Just make sure you're entering all the information that you can, any information, especially about flaws. Okay, the next thing about listing on eBay for me that I have noticed, how do I describe this? And you guys, there might be little pauses of me thinking because I'm live, right? So I want to make sure that I word this well. When listing on eBay, the item specifics, if I am listing something that might be, I don't like to even put a money value on it, because I might have a $20 item I want to add specifics to. But let's just use that for an example. If I have an item that's $20, I'm going to pay a commission. I'm going to probably have to give a discount to get it sold. I keep those things in mind. I might not go through and list every single item specific, just the pertinent ones. Like if it's vintage, I always add that it's vintage because people will hit that little button on eBay that they just want to search for just vintage items. Another thing about eBay, and any of you seasoned people that know better than this, tell me, because this is something that I've learned from other people that maybe I don't have a grasp on, but this is how I was taught, okay? So eBay has an older search system, like AI type of situation. I don't know, and I think that's just what recently changed and what's causing some havoc, so we'll see there. But like the item specifics, I know that crawlers go through and they find stuff in your titles and they find things in your descriptions, right? Well, I do believe if people on eBay say they choose long sleeve, I think that something about it, like if we have it clicked as long sleeve in our item specifics, it's more likely to be up tall or up higher in search. So I don't know that to be fact. I've heard it several times from many different resellers. So I think it is, but I'm not positive of that. I'm not the type of scientific person that can figure that out for sure. Okay, more things about listing on eBay. You want to make sure that you have measurements. Okay, I know. Some of you hate measurements. It's a big deal on eBay. Again, you have a larger base. You have a larger customer base on eBay. Some of these people might be overseas. Do you know how expensive it is for them to ship things clear to them? They want to be sure that it fits. So if your item is worthy of being on eBay, it should be worthy of measurements. And I showed you guys my helpful hint in one of my other videos to make it easy. I have like one of those flexible measuring tapes. I taped it down to the counter that I tape measurements on, and I take a quick little picture of it and I add that into my photos. Okay, so you don't want to write it out, that's okay, but when somebody comes to you and asks you, hey, what are the measurements, you'll be able to look at your photographs and tell them if they didn't already see it in your photographs. Okay, so I know that you probably don't want to hear that because it's a lot of work and it's kind of tedious. I honestly, that is my most unfavorite thing about the photo thing, is taking measurements and just doing that. I don't know why, I just don't like it. But I think it's necessary on eBay if you want to expand your customer base. I shouldn't say you have to do it, because you don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But if you want to get some of those international sales and people that's paying up for certain items, they're going to want to know what the size is. Okay, they're a little bit more savvy buyers, because eBay's been around longer. Okay, not only that, let's talk about the fact there's a different age demographic on eBay. So you're going to have a lot more baby boomers on eBay that, you know, there was a certain time where every woman knew every one of their measurements. And some of you might. I have no idea. I don't even want to know how big I am. Okay. So I'm not one that's looking at measurements, to be quite honest, but there's a lot of people out there that do. So that's why we go over, or why I mentioned measurements. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about with listing on eBay is that when you want to promote a listing. So let's talk about promotions, and there's going to be a video about how to do this later. So what is promoted listings? Let's equalize it to something on Poshmark. Even though you don't pay for, well, some of us kind of does, I guess. If you have a VA, then you're paying for it, but not like you do on eBay. You are basically paying to get your item up higher in search when you promote an item. I don't care if it's just 1% or however high you want to go. In my opinion, people should be promoting their listings. It has been more prevalent in the last year than any time that eBay is putting people that promote their items up higher. Okay, and you know what, if Poshmark had something on their platform that allowed me to pay just a little bit more percentage to get my item up, and I didn't have to get carpal tunnel sharing, I would absolutely do it. Wouldn't any of you guys? I think I would. I know. So that's the equivalent. So do it, don't do it, it's up to you. I feel like for my business it's important, maybe even more so for me than some of you. Some of you might have these great, fantastic brands that are super sought after. I have some, but I sell more style, and that's a little bit harder on eBay than what it is on Poshmark. Poshmark is a little bit younger of a crowd. It's a little bit more visual than what eBay is. And what do I mean by that? People scroll through Poshmark, they look at the parties, you know, eBay doesn't really have stuff like that. So that's why, to me, promoting is an important part of listing on eBay for me. Okay, and then all the rest of the stuff, okay, when it comes to listing, I just had a fly buzz around. I'm sorry, you guys, I have my window open. I'm in my little 2-car garage office, like in my photograph area, and I took my hose out of my air conditioner out yesterday to clean it, and I didn't do it, and I come out here today, and it's like, oh, golly, it's hot out here. So you're gonna see some flies. I'm in the middle of the country near a farm, you guys. Okay, so I had somebody said I had to admit somebody into a room. I apologize if you guys aren't seeing this. Oh, hi, Joanne. She came on to support. She's one of our moderators, experts on the page. She's my Poshmark genie, you guys. If you haven't done a closet consultation with Jonna, you need to. And it says Joanne up here. I don't know. Or maybe this is somebody else, and I just submitted them in, and they're like, what in the world? I'm on the show? What? Okay, you guys, we're actually we're only 30 minutes in. However, I feel like that I've talked about as much as I can on the listing. What I would like to do now, you guys, is we're going to do a listing challenge all this week on eBay. And we are going to, Monday through Friday this week, every morning about 11 a.m., we're going to basically just pump each other up, and we're going to go and we're going to list on eBay together. And I'm going to be right there with you guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you're a veteran, please join us and cheer these people on that are new. Help me help them, please. It would be great. I mean, there's people out there that know more than me. I'm just willing to do this, so here I am. So we're going to do listing challenges, and whether you get 1 listed or you get 10 listed a day, it doesn't matter to me. I just want you to list. All right, you guys. I know all of a sudden I'm being one of those, it's ending the chat early. I booked it for 1 hour because I didn't know if there would be a lot of questions. I think this is a topic that's kind of hard to ask questions when you're just like in a video chat, honestly. So what I want you to do is when this goes, it recorded and it's going to go back onto Facebook again. If you guys have questions, if you have suggestions, if you want to cheer people on, please do be part of our group. I really hope that you guys start really interacting with each other, making good friendships, and knowing that, hey, we're all workmates, right? We're all doing the same thing. We actually can talk excitedly about this with each other. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this if I can figure out to, and I'll see you guys on the next group chat. Bye-bye.